Hey, how's it going everyone, and welcome back. I'm Martin, and here is my analysis of the Destiny 2 trailer. I know I'm a little bit late on this. It's been a while since I've done one of these big analysis videos where I break down the trailer, picking out every detail I can, and I have a few questions after watching this trailer that I want to discuss in this video pertaining to Destiny 2's story and gameplay. But I'll talk about that after. First, let's break down everything we saw in the trailer real quick. So immediately we start off with the burning city and the Traveller looking like it's been destroyed, but I have a feeling that the orange glow on the Traveller isn't actually fire, and this is something I want to talk more about afterwards. Then we have Zavala giving his speech, and in the background here we can see Lord Shaxx. Next to him is this dark hooded figure, and a lot of people have been saying that this is Yer, but if you look closely you can see that it isn't. It's just a hunter, and you can see other similar hooded figures with the same armor throughout the trailer. Plus, I feel like it wouldn't really make too much sense for him to be here, since Yer doesn't live in the tower, he comes from the Jovians. Fast forward a little bit, we can see the Cabal are going to have some new equipment such as this energy shield instead of the regular phalanx shield. Scumbag Ikora with the Stormcaller melee. Now this is something I'm going to come back to as well, since we're going to be getting new abilities. We also got some new enemy types on the way. We have this Cabal Bruiser looking guy, again from the last Call teaser trailer, dual wielding these cleavers as part of the Red Legion. Then we see these hound-like creatures outfitted with armor, also a new feature of the Red Legion Cabal. I'm guessing the purpose of these things gameplay wise is to overrun us and throw us off so that the rest of the Cabal can finish us off. Now here is something really interesting, our first possible hint at SMGs. In the back left there, what are these? Some kind of weapon with a short frame and barrel, so it's possible that we could actually be getting SMGs, although that same description could also be applied to fusion rifles, so it's kind of hard to say really, until we get a better look. And here we have Gaul, the leader of the Red Legion, and possibly the Emperor of the entire Cabal army, although it's not certain. The Emperor could just be somewhere else, and this could just be the leader of the Red Legion. I don't know if it would be a good idea for Bungie to kill off an entire species chain of command in the second game. Either way, hulking scary dude, and I predict he's going to be the final raid boss. It'd be pretty epic if the raid also took place either in the city beneath the Traveller or on board a giant Cabal starship. Also, something my good mate Unknown Player noticed is that this booklet that comes with the collector's edition and limited edition of the game has an image of the Cabal Emperor on the cover. Neat little detail for you guys there. And I think that was about it. So a couple of questions I had from this trailer that I wanted to discuss. Firstly, how the Cabal have been able to invade the city if the Traveller was supposedly protecting us. What's changed? Did the Cabal find a weakness? And how exactly was the Traveller even protecting us, especially considering that the Traveller has been dormant this entire time? I kind of always imagined that it was some kind of aura surrounding the city, like alien repellent. But even still, I don't see how that would protect us. And how would you stop that? Just put a big blanket over the Traveller? It's never really explained. We're just told that we're safe in the city and kind of accept it, but obviously not. And now that the Cabal have the Traveller, what do they plan on doing with it? Because they don't seem to have destroyed it, at least so far they haven't. In fact, going back to this orange glow that I mentioned earlier, it looks like it's on fire, but I don't think that it actually is. This could actually be more like some kind of defense mechanism, like a shield. Like, if you look closely at the Traveller where it's exposed, the orange glow seems to have some kind of pattern to it, which makes me think that the orange glow is actually emitting from inside the Traveller. So, without the Traveller, what about our light? What about our abilities? Well, new abilities and revamped subclasses from the sounds of it. In the trailer we saw Ikora using the Stormcaller melee, however I think that this was done only for the trailer just because it looks cool. It seems like we won't have Stormcaller or any of our current subclasses. The description for Destiny 2's story reads, "Humanity's last safe city has fallen to an overwhelming invasion force led by Gaul, the imposing commander of the brutal Red Legion. He has stripped the city's guardians of their power and forced the survivors to flee. You will venture to mysterious, unexplored worlds of our solar system to discover an arsenal of weapons and devastating new combat abilities. Some really interesting stuff here. We've been stripped of our powers granted by the Traveller and have to discover new abilities, which sounds to me like a way of saying we're going to be getting new subclasses. Although I'm not sure if we would still be getting the same Arc, Solar and Void subclasses, or possibly something new. So we've been cut off from the Traveller, cut off from the light, and this leads on to something that I've been seeing people bring up in the comments, and that's, where are the ghosts in this trailer? Did we lose them when we got cut off from the light, or are they simply just not in the trailer? Ghosts are servants of the Traveller, and if we don't have ghosts, then that means that Guardians can die permanently. The description also mentioned unexplored worlds of our solar system, so hopefully this means that we'll finally get to explore other planets or moons, such as Europa and the Jovians beyond the Reef. Speaking of the Reef, in the trailer we saw a few Guardians wearing armour with the Reef symbol on it, which could be a hint that we'll be seeing more of the Reef and possibly aid from them as well, since we no longer have the tower. But I am interested in seeing what our new home or social space will be, because I don't feel like we're going to entirely depend on the Reef to shelter us. I feel like we're going to have somewhere else to go, somewhere new on Earth, and this is something that has been hinted at in some new information that was leaked, and it's something that I actually want to cover in another video. One last thing that I want to mention that people have been talking about, where is the speaker, or even other tower vendors for that matter, throughout this entire trailer? Were they simply just not included because the focus is on the Vanguard, or could this actually have story implications? There were quite a few vendors missing from this, for example Eris Morn, the Factions, the Cryptarch, even the Gunsmith, so maybe they just weren't included. Guess we'll just have to wait and find out. The first actual gameplay reveal is coming on May 18th, that's just a month and a half away. Of course I'll be covering that and any other Destiny 2 news up until launch and beyond. I'm very excited to get back into news videos like I did before the original Destiny over 3 years ago, and I hope you guys will join me. Subscribe if you're new around here. As always, positive ratings are greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.